Painting a brick house is a great way to give a house a fresh, clean look and instant curb appeal. I'm going to be showing you step by step on how to do this process the right way. And as always, guys, all the products used in this video will be linked in the description below. The first step of any paint job is prep, and you're definitely going to want to prep the brick before any painting is done. You'll want to make sure that the surface is clean. Get rid of all the dust, dirt, cobwebs, mildew, and efflorescence, that white powdery substance sometimes found on the surface of the brick. We've already completely cleaned the brick using a pressure washer. That's the most efficient way to clean a large brick surface like a house. If you need tips on pressure washing your house, check out this great tutorial video right here. Once your surface is dry, you'll want to inspect the brick for any damage. Assess the mortar by looking for any holes, gaps, or crumbling. This brick is in great condition, but we do have a minor issue here. There's a little hole in the mortar, so we're going to repair it with this mortar repair caulk. Once it's painted, it will disappear. For larger gaps or damage, you may need to repair with mortar. For a DIY tutorial on how to fix mortar, check out this video. It's also important to look for signs of water damage, such as damp spots, mold growth, etc. You'll want to be sure to fix whatever underlying issues you may have first. Now that the surface is prepped, our next step is protection. You'll want to remove any light fixtures, mailboxes, and anything else attached to the brick, and seal off windows and doors with painter's tape. Be sure to spray any plants with water before covering to help keep them alive. Place drop cloths or plastic over any bushes or landscaping you want to protect. Now we're going to be applying our Paint Plus Primer. The Paint Plus Primer product we're using is Valspar Duramax. This product is great because it bonds to surfaces, resists cracking, and seals out moisture for further damage. We are going to apply 2 coats to this, and it will allow us to bypass traditional painting and priming. Since this isn't a large area, we're going to use a combination of brushes and paint rollers. If you're working on a really big project, you might want to consider using a paint sprayer. Be sure to follow your paint manufacturer recommendations for optimal painting conditions for your particular painting product. To figure out how much paint you'll need, you're going to need to measure the square foot of your surface area, measuring the width by the height minus the door openings. The front of this house is about 300 square feet, minus the windows and door. We're looking at about 250 square feet of brick. 2 coats of paint, so we need about 2 gallons. First step, I'm going to cut along the roof line, and then I'm going to work my way around the windows and doors, and then we're going to get to rolling. It's best to work from the top down. I'm painting horizontally across the bricks and using the edge of the brush to fully coat the mortar lines. I also recommend loading your brush with just a bit more paint than you normally would than if you were painting drywall, because it needs to get into all the nooks and crannies of the textured brick. I'm all done cutting, and now I'm going to start the rolling. What I have here is a 3/4 inch nap roller. A 3/4 inch nap is perfect for brick because it will get into all the nooks and crannies. You want to load your roller up with a good amount of paint, but not so much that it drips off when you pull it out of the tray. Everybody has a different preference when it comes to rolling on paint. My method, I prefer to go up and down in a vertical motion, making my way across the wall. On this first coat, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I do want to have nice solid coverage. I will come back later on and give it a second coat. Once all your brick is painted, remove your protection and consider adding some additional curb appeal. Painting your front door and shutters are great ways to do this. You can also swap out your light fixtures, mailbox, and update your landscaping to completely change the look. This house looks amazing. It's incredible what a little bit of paint can do. I hope you feel confident enough to tackle this project on your own. As a reminder, all the products used throughout this video are linked in the description below. Thanks, guys.